Hey, Klein, how's things? Is the season score up where you are? need 3.5% to get to 130. So that's the goal. My season score's 126.38. So the goal is to get to 130. I like the crate times they've got. Like last year you got 100. If you got to 95%, you only got 3 months. Last year it only went to 100%, so... Yeah. So 200 for 120, but 250 for 130. Like, that's a huge amount. It just makes me wonder what they're going to... what tricks they've got up their sleeve for next year. But yeah, if you can get 7 months, half 50% off. That's brilliant. But it does make me wonder what sly little things they've got up their sleeve. Yeah, the drop rates are ridiculous, aren't they? I still can't get over the fact that the only podium legendary one I pulled was Senna, and his drop rate's like 0.18%. The old Hutch gods were smiling on me that day. But I'm not going to complain about it. There's plenty of other things to complain about in this game, and so far the season score isn't one of them. At least the longer crate timers will give new players, you know, a bit more of a chance. But it still doesn't address the boost problem. You know, like what is there, 63 or something different boosts now? Like that's ridiculous. Oh, excellent. Yeah, the last few days you start it up and it runs like for 5 minutes and then it cuts out. So, I don't know. But at least it's working. I think they could tweak the pit pass a bit too. You know, I'm not sure at this stage in the year people need flag storms. And honestly, flag storms, you don't really want to use them because it just makes you level up twice as fast. But you've only got half the coins. So the trophy boosts are okay. Seeing that they've increased the number of trophies you need for the pit pass now. No, flags have nothing to do with your CC points. It's all about assets. Get those assets. I think for most people it'll come down to the podium stars as to how high they get. Yeah, assets and, oh, another one, yeah, make sure you've got 10 billion coins because it's worth 150. But in reality, I'm not really sure whether the CC store next year or any year is really worth it. A lot of people go and buy Series 12 assets, and they're only good for like, a couple of weeks. The only real benefit I can see with the CC store is that crate timer. But I do wonder whether that's just to encourage people to buy bucks to open crates. Which in reality is probably one of the better things to waste money on. Especially in the beginning of the year. I think this year, well this season, I didn't use my CC points until about November or something. November or December. And then it was only because, hey, I've got them, I may as well get rid of them. I've got to use them eventually. Let's see if I can get a P1, which seems to be so elusive for some reason. But honestly, I can't see what I can do better. 4 races, reasonably quick, get P2s. Not quite sure how, why that does it, but let's see. Yeah, that's probably one benefit you can do with it, if you need 2 or 3 cards for an epic, for a GP or something. Because, we all know you can spend days trying to get those last couple of cards. To me, it seems like if you use something regularly, they're the cards you get the least. Come on, P1. Yes, we got a P1. It's the first one in ages. Now watch me get something like Antonelli or Hadjar Watch me get some garbage. Come on, give me shit. Ooh, oh god, hey, that's a plus. Come on, what are we gonna get? Colapinto! Oh, good old Colapinto. He's like that cousin you just don't want around. Wish I had an easier way of getting out of sprints without having to close it all the time. This seems to me like a waste of time. Oh, turn it. I wonder if we'll have specials from day one. Hey, Borderletto, I wonder where he'd been. I haven't seen him for at least an hour. Hunt. Yeah, what have I got? 126.38. Some people come up with some crazy names in this game. They can lock it for S12 jewels only. I never underestimate Hutch. Every year it's something different. You know, especially when they go and reshuffle the amount of laps for tracks. It's like you can't get used to the one thing. You can't, a lot of times now you can't take what you learn this year into next year. You know, look, Singapore, I think I've seen it 6, 7 and 8 laps over the years. Oh, it's got a rocket again. Oh, come on. I'd love to see what the stats are for Norris. Sometimes he's seriously fast. I'll be interested to see what they do with the DRS too. What's Norris on? Soft, no, that explains it. Yes, I know the rain's coming. Yeah, probably something like push to pass or I don't know. Just have to wait and see. I noticed they've changed the percentage that the wet's cut in at too. They've moved it back to 25%. Just was down to 10%. Yeah, but mate, a lot of that is the podium, is centre. Centre sends your team score through the roof. God, look at it, come on, traffic. Here comes Norris. Oh, this is Barcelona. Oh yeah, Senna's amazing. Level 2 and it's 98. Like, you know, you spend all season levelling up your epics. You get them to level 7, then you get a level 2 Senna and They're useless. The reason I've got a lot of boosts, I've been playing this game for 6 years, and it's only the last couple of years you've had to use them in duels. So you only ever use them in GPs, in GPs, and you just kept accumulating them. And over the years, they just grow and grow and grow and grow. Yeah, Center's 98, level 2, you know, like, what are we up to? Oh, that's only the first place, I've got 3 more. Oops, hang on, what does it say? I'll show you at the end of this, after this sprint, I'll show you what I've got. I also use a different setup to what people recommend, and it just seems to work perfectly. Yeah, one of the reasons I've got a lot of boosts is back in 2023. I just had this amazing season. I won 27 GPs, and you were getting 400 boosts per GP. And the pit pass, you got a lot every month. And I mean a lot, like 150 or something a month. And you never had to use them in duels. And then they went and they upped they basically doubled the stats on every boost. And the boosts actually became, like, really good. And because people started using them, and that's where from then on, everybody uses boosts in duels. If they cut down, when the boosts were only half as good, they didn't really make that big a difference. Yeah, it's hard to beat in duels, but GPs are a different story. Plus, you know, the group I'm in GPs, I dropped 9 points in the last GP and ended up 32nd. You know, I got 415 points and ended up 32nd. Other people are in groups where, you know, you get 350 points and it's P1. Yeah, GPs are a whole different story. You know, you have 140 qualifying and you're starting 19th. That's just ridiculous. Yet in a duel you can have 138 qualifying and start on the front row. Yeah, yeah, be prepared for the start of season shocks, you know. See what tracks they change the laps on. It seems to be their favourite thing to do lately. You know, Barcelona's 10 laps. It used to be 8. You know, Singapore is 6. It used to be 7. Monza used to be 8. It's 9. Australia used to be 8 and it's 9. You know. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure no matter what they do, some people will love it and some people will hate it. Me, I just go with it. Work out the best way to use whatever change they put in it and go from there. No point complaining about it. I just feel sorry for players who just start. Because literally, when I first started playing this game, it was really simple. You know, all you had was soft and hards and wets. That's it. You didn't have mediums. You didn't have track stats. You didn't have DRS. You just chose your tyres, picked your strategy and played it. And it was simple. And then year by year, they've made it just that little bit more complicated. Yeah, I started playing in April of 2020. So I've basically seen every change they've done in the game. You know, DRS servicing, the adding of medium tyres. You know, I remember the days when dead fast actually was a good boost. Like, you'd use it in Bacau, and on that straight, on that long straight, you'd have a car down near the start line. You'd come around the corner onto the straight, you could hit boost with dead fast, and you could almost catch the car before it got to the corner, before it got to turn 1. Like, it was unbelievable. And that was before they changed all the settings. That engine service, that was good. I didn't mind that, because there was a trick to using it and no one picked up on it. And I used it to my advantage, and it made such a difference. Now, a lot of people would use the servicing on the second lap, on the second pit stop. But the trick was to use it on the first pit stop because it was shorter. And it could save you like half to 3/4 of a second. And it made such a difference. But a lot of people didn't seem to pick up on it. You know, I remember when you could actually crash. I had a crash in Japan that killed a 368 win streak. And all because he came out of the pits, got hit by another car and ended up nose into the fence and couldn't move. And that annoyed me. Yeah, you could crash, you could break down. I've actually got that GP on a video of that GP where it crashed. I've crashed in a GP, like literally crashed, end of Austin, back straight into the wall. Yeah, The days when you could crash, they were fun. Your car could blow up. Like, there were so many variables in it. You always had this little hope, you know, you arrive on your way out in front, you'd be praying for it to break down. But, you know, people started complaining about it. So they stopped it. It's like the rain. You know, people complain about the rain in GPs. What they should be complaining about is safety cars in GPs. You know, they complained about the rain, saying it was unfair that some players get it and some players don't. They should be complaining about the safety car. You know, the last GP, Jeddah, Azza gets a safety car at Jeddah, and where he should have got probably 50 points, he gets 53. I'm at Jeddah, same positions, no safety car, I get 50 points. We're in the same group. 3 points would have been 15 positions. Yeah. But then 15 positions probably would have got, you know, Fury or Vortex or some shit reward. At least they got reasonable rewards for 32nd. Yeah, safety cars suck. You know, it's just either give everybody safety cars or nobody safety cars. Yeah, well, I'm not complaining that Az has got a safety car. Like, you know, that's the luck of the draw. But if people are going to complain about the rain being unfair, well, then they should complain about safety cars too. You know, and it's worked the other way around. I've got safety cars where, like, I think the week before, I got a safety car in Jeddah where I ended up getting 53. Well, I ended up getting 1-2 where there was no way I was getting 1-2. You know, so it swings and roundabouts, but just do it. Oh, actually, no, it might have been last week, so it might have been the qualifying round I got it, where it happened. Oh. Jeddah versus Vegas. I'd say Vegas. Vegas is painful. Vegas, it seems so slow. Like, I really dread it when I get Vegas in sprints. For some reason, it's just so slow. And then you have Abu Dhabi where the safety car jumps the track. Look, that's hilarious. The first time I saw that. Yeah, I don't mind the rain. But safety cars can be really annoying. You know, you get the safety, especially when you're out in front. You get the safety car, like, and it's too late to be able to pit. And instantly you're behind the safety car and it's like, oh. You know, next thing you know, you're ninth. But I don't mind the rain. The rain makes you think. Especially in Monaco. And it makes such a big difference. Like I was in Brazil and the rain came out. I was 19th when I came out of the pits on the last lap. And within one lap, I went from 19th to 1st. Purely because it rained. Real player opponents are behind. Oh yeah, yep. You just use your DRS. And oh, the one that really annoys me is when you just hit it and your DRS activates and the safety car comes out and you lose the use of it. Especially on places like Jeddah where the beginning of the pit lane is right near the corner and you've got this long straight in front of you. If they've got power, well, they just drive straight past you and there's nothing you can do about it. And you can make up a lot, like you can make up 10 places. Don't worry about that right now. But Abu Dhabi, the safety car in Abu Dhabi, that cracks me up sometimes. It just jumps across the track from the pit exit to like halfway down the back straight. Like that's just, I couldn't believe it the first time I saw it. That just killed me. One thing I notice people seem to do, which I really don't understand, like they'll use tyres, they'll use their tyres right until they run out. You know, it'll be an 8 lap race and they'll be on hards. They'll get a safety car, which means they can go 6 laps. And they go 6 laps. Like, I really don't understand that. You know, sometimes you'll watch me play an old pit before the tyres are anywhere near finished. In the strange places some people use DRSing, like Japan. Like I hear people say, oh, Japan's hopeless, the DRS is useless in Japan. It just depends where you use it. What did everyone think of rain in Jeddah? It was certainly different. Yeah, I've seen that. You can do Singapore too without pitting. Now seriously, if you want decent setups and strategy guides, like Azza does pretty good setups. You know, occasionally I don't agree with exactly the setup he recommends, but his strategy guides are pretty well spot on. There we go, what have we got? Fourth and, oh yeah, there is a car in between. Fourth and sixth. Here we go. Yep, see where they use it? Like, that's a crazy place. Now watch this. Like, I really don't understand why people use it there. You just drive straight past it. Here you go, he's going to do it again. Setups are difficult because the tracks rotate. But I'll tell you what the setup is I'm using at the end of this sprint, and you'll see that it's different to what people recommend you use. In some of them, the trick is to like Singapore. I could never get 1-2 in Singapore, and I knew it was something. There was something about it. I could watch other people get it. I'd use the same setup, same drivers, couldn't do it. And then one day I decided that I'd change. I'd add a little bit more speed. And I think I lost a bit of cornering or something. And bingo. 1-2 first race. And what I've found out is a lot of people say, oh yeah, go full cornering. So they go full cornering, but their speed sucks. So if you drop a little bit of cornering, add speed, suddenly you're so fast, you drive straight past them. And that's what you'll notice when I show you this setup. No. The only track I use hards on is Abu Dhabi. And now that, you know, these guys have got such good time management, I'll be curious to see whether they could do mediums at Abu Dhabi. But sometimes I wonder whether tracks have specific tyres. Like, you can use hards at some tracks and it's just slow. It's just slow. It's like mind-numbingly slow. But then you use hards in Abu Dhabi and it works. They work really well. So I've always wondered whether like tracks have a specific tyre. Like Singapore. Singapore, yeah, you can do 3 medium. But if you do softs, if you go 3 lots of 2-lap softs, you end up 20, 30 seconds in front. Come on, give me something decent. Not bad. Not bad. And Lawson. At least it's not called Pinto, I suppose. Okay, hang on, I'll show you. Get out of this. It bugs me that you have to do this all the time. It really does. Singapore used to be power unit. Well, that was something else they do too. Not only do they change the amount of laps per track, like on tracks, they change the track stats as well. There's another one, I can't remember what it is at the moment. Might have been Imola. It was a speed track and they changed it to power unit, but I can't remember. Come on. Have you ever wondered why it takes so long when it's doing this? While that white bar's going across, it's actually reading your Facebook to get your setups. Yeah, that might have been it. Australia. Yeah, the reason this takes so long, that white line, that's reading your Facebook to get your settings. So when it gets and it just sits there, it's not necessarily the game that's playing up, it's Facebook that's playing up. Okay. Let's go have a look. Where are we? Down here. Okay. Go to the car. See, I use Chaos Core, but everyone uses that. And what it does, gives you more cornering, but you lose heaps of speed. So if you use Chaos Core, like 300 cornering's plenty. But 160 speed over 130 makes a huge difference. I forget what's that. Yeah, it's a power unit one. I can't remember what I got in the last Grand Prix. Podium star drivers, I'll show you. Let's go there. I've got all those, 5, I've got 4 to go. And the only one of these I've got is that. I've got all these. But Santa's Dynamite. It's expensive to upgrade though. To go to upgrade to level up to 2 was 100,000 legacy points and 1 billion coins. So I can only think, I can only dread how much it would be to get to level 3. But I never used my legacy points the whole year. If you go to my legendary drivers, I've hardly upgraded any of them. And the ones that are upgraded were for GPs. And good old Jackie boy, he won me a GP, so that was worth it. Don't do that. Don't disappear. Come back here. What's the maximum? There's 2, 4, 16. There's 9 podium stars and there's 6 podium legends. And I can't imagine what Senate costs when you get up, like if, and believe me, that would be a huge if anyone got Senate to level 4, I'd love to know how. But I'd hate to think how much it is to upgrade it. You know, but look at this. Like, go to drivers. Right? Most of them are at level 7 epics. And you do this. You go to George, and level 7 George, nowhere near Senna. So you spend all year upgrading them and you get them to level 7 and you think, good, because level 7, they're useful. They can use. But then, you know, they bring these out. You get a level 2 Senna and it's like pointless. You know, it's just nuts. Just at 140% season score. You get 50% the whole season. Yeah, it is. You know, like, it's just crazy. At least in this year's season score, you don't have to. It doesn't care about. Oh yeah, it does. I forgot about it. It does include the upgrades. Ah, okay. I forgot about that. But, you know, 588, what's that, 18? And what's each upgrade, about 0.16% or something? What you need are these. These, where are we? These are what's going to lift your podium, your season score up. These two. I'd be curious to know if you get them to 100%, just how much overall your season score goes up. You know, like, a couple more of those would be nice. Next milestone progress 63.8. What? If you go here, like 126.38. It's like 3.6%. But you get an extra 50 days of crate timer. Like 50 days, that's huge. You know, I don't think anybody's given 140%, and if anybody does, I'd hate to think how much it cost them. Yeah, at least you only have to collect the podium stars, you don't have to upgrade them. You know, like, if it included upgrading them, like, forget it. Plus, I don't think most people have the legacy points to do it, to do the upgrades anyway. You know, especially if they've gone through the year upgrading their normal legendary drivers. Look, I just didn't bother because I know Hutch pulls stunts like this. So I just figured, nah, I can still upgrade them all at the end of the season if I need to. But yeah, it's a huge advantage that you don't have to upgrade them. They probably think it's hard enough just to get them. You know, you look at some of the drop rates. The drop rates are crazy. Oh, look at this. Oh, yeah, the drop rates. You know, look, just the normal turbocharged ones. You know, Antonelli is 1%. And then you go down here. Hot prospects, they're not too bad, like they're still not great. But then you get to these, and look at it, like Senna 0.2%, Schumacher 0.18. Like Senna, you can only get them in legendary crates. 0.2%, that's 5 legendary crates for 1%. So that's like over 100%, that's 1 in 500. Like that's just, like you've got a 1 in 500 chance of pulling Senna from a legendary crate. That's just nuts. You know? Then you go to the legendary ones, like Brabham, and like, look at all the ones that are like less than 1%. And then you go up and you've got Webber and Massa, they're 17%. You know, no wonder everybody has like 500 Massa and Webber. You know, they just suck. There's no other way of calling it. Oh, absolutely. Look, when I pulled Senna, I nearly died. I couldn't believe it. 1,900 teams scored. Yeah, the biggest one I've come up against so far is 1,840. But yeah, I heard like you can get 1,900. But you know, like you look at these, look at the drop rates. Look, what a joke. You know, well, yeah, when I pulled Senna, like I got Verstappen from a weekly league P1 crate. And then the very next legendary I opened, I got Senna, and I couldn't believe it. Well, I was definitely being smiled upon that day. Anyway, let's go race some more. Yeah, got Verstappen in a weekly league P1 crate, and then half an hour later got Senna in a legendary crate. It was just like crazy. I reckon it'd be more than that. Look, I don't know what you'd have to get it to 1900. Well, my levels are pretty high and it's 1795. So, yeah, I don't know what. I'd love to see what he's got. Like I heard someone say the other day they came up against someone that had a level 4 Senna. Like, that guy must have robbed a bank to get a level 4 Senna. But that's just incredible. The level 4 Senna, like, what would that be? At 12. It's like 110. Like 110 Senna, like, you should never lose you should never lose. A level 2 Senna, that's insane. Like a level 4 Senna, that'd be insane. Yeah. No, I don't think so either. You know, you've literally got one chance in 500 crates. Yeah, imagine that. Imagine being able to run 3 soft in Singapore. I've also noticed that tyre management stats in duels are different to what's in GPs. Like in duels, I can run 4 softs at Silverstone easily. No problems. In a GP, I run out of tyres. So, yeah, Silverstone can run 4 soft, no problem in duels. In GPs, I run out. I think it's the same here too. I can run 4 soft with Senna. But in a GP, I run out. Yeah. Yeah, the DRSX different too. Seems to take just that little bit longer. The funny thing is though, that's how it used to be years ago. And everyone complained. They said it wasn't fair. Like, we want GPs to act the same as duels act. So they changed it, and they did. Whatever you could do in a duel, you could do in a GP. And that worked great, because people knew what they were doing. But then they went back to system they had originally, and now they act differently. And the problem is you don't get you don't get two or three chances in a GP to work out the best setup or the best strategy. Oh yeah, the old swiping. It's amazing. It's amazing the flaws people have found in this game. You know, the old wet tyre start, and you know, the old swiping matchmaking, and what I don't understand is people complained about swiping when they could have done the same thing. You know, I don't know why people complain. I didn't even know it existed, but I don't know why people complained about it. And people go, oh, so-and-so was swiping and that's how he got a better thing. Well, do it yourself. But the old wet tyre start, that was pretty funny. That was like putting a rocket in your car to start. Yeah, I don't know why people complain about things that benefit them in this game. You know, the one that got me was people would come up with they want something in the game. And one thing that people kept wanting, they wanted team orders. And I remember there was a guy there was a channel called Gaming with King, and he was the biggest creator at the time. Like, he had 20,000 before people had 1,000 subscribers. Like, he was huge. And he came up with this idea that, you know, they wanted team orders. And I kept saying, no, you don't. You don't want team orders. Like, it's stupid. It's going to bite you. But he pushed it, and all his little followers started pushing for it, so Hutch implemented it. Within 2 months, everybody was complaining about it. And it was like, I told you what would happen. You know, and the stupid thing about it was, you could do it already. You didn't need Hutch to actually put it in the game. You could swap your drivers around already. All you had to do was put one on conserve, one on boost, and they'd swap around. But the problem is, once they implemented team orders, you could have a car in first place and a car in third place, and you'd want the car in first on, you put the car in first on conserve, you'd hit the boost on the car in third, the car in first would stop. So then the guy that was in second would suddenly be in first and he'd be a mile ahead. I hate Canada in the wet. I like Canada in the dry, but Canada in the wet's a pain. I have no problem with exploits in the game as long as everybody can use them. If everybody can use the exploit, hey, it's fine with me. I don't agree with exploits that only some people. It's like F1 moments. I had F1 moments for ages, and you won crates. But a lot of people didn't have F1 moments. So they took them out. Now they've brought them back, and it's the same thing. Some people have F1 moments, some people don't. But what you actually win in F1 moments now is different. And I don't know, it seems pointless. I was always to think it was fun, you know, 1 lap sprint. Oh yeah, yep. I'd love to know what their player stats look like now. I'd love to have a look at their uptake stats too. Like if I was a new player, I'd probably last a week and realise it was impossible to win. And let's face it, unless you win, and you're going to lose interest real quick. How far ahead are we? Oh yeah, let's jump in here. Yeah, losing the liveries, that sounds dodgy to me. You know, the excuse I heard was, oh, the new cars are smaller and the liveries don't fit. This is a game. How are you going to tell the cars are smaller? Why are you even, why is making the cars smaller an issue? Why are you making them smaller? Yeah, I'll be annoyed if I lose. I've only ever used two liveries. One I made up until I got the one I'm using at the moment out of the Champions tournament, and I'll be really annoyed if I lose that one. They reckon they won't lose the custom ones. It's only the official ones, because the official ones don't fit. Like, it's a game. Like, people aren't even going to notice the cars are different sizes. So yeah, all these people that bought liveries and everything, all the official ones, they're going to be gone. So 6 years of collecting liveries is going to really annoy a lot of people. Well, there's actually a few. There's a few special liveries. You know, there's a Movember livery that was that Hutch made up. You know, there was the Community Championship liveries. The Champions Grand Slam liveries. You know, but I really like this livery. You know, it says top 100. You know, 2025 Grand Slam top 100. I really like this livery. They reckon we won't lose it, but we'll see. Ooh, Equinox, good old Equinox. Yeah, what's the point of giving out liveries now when in 2 months' time you're going to lose them? No, I don't count the crates. That just adds another complication to the game. I know there's people that do it, but, you know, I heard there's some people that go back and play Series 1 until they get to the next crates, a gold or something, and then they go to Series 12. I just see that as like fairly useless. You know, you need coins to upgrade. So I don't see how that's beneficial. Yeah, maybe because the races are shorter or something, but, you know, it just adds another complication to the game that I couldn't be bothered with. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Oh, I'm going to lose me winning streak by all things. I didn't even look at the team score, but this guy must have a huge team score. This is going to be interesting. Good. I don't want him to get TRS. He's green. This is going to be an interesting race. We're both going to double stack. He's going to get... Oh no, I'm behind him. Let's just sit behind him. This is going to take tactics. Don't want to overtake him. I'm assuming we've both got a level 2 centre. Just want to sit behind him. Got him. Got him. He's out of power unit. And I'm in front. So even if he hits his power unit, I can still scramble away from him. He's going to have a crack. Oh, he used it in the wrong spot. That did it. That did it. Okay, time to go. Come on. Come on. Go on, Verstappen. Here we go. Got him. Got him. One. Just the one. I got two the other day. I'm sure I got two the other day. I felt like I got two the other day. Haha, got him. Let's have a look at his setup. Let's have a look. Oh, look at the difference in the times. Whole second and a half faster. Yeah. See the difference? He went Valkyrie, I've got Phantom Arc. That was pretty good actually. Oh, I thought my win streak was dead. Yeah, I've got thousands of extras. Yeah, you only get one a day though. If you could just do asset trading or continually, as long as you've got the assets to trade, if you could just keep doing it, I'd be laughing. I want to see, what's my win streak up to? 119. I seriously thought that one was in jeopardy. What are we up to? Yeah, I wish you could just trade assets as long as you've got the assets to trade. I think a lot of people would like that too. Oh, another real player. Yeah, I I do I use double coins and crate timer, and I just constantly open crates, but I only do this during sprints. I don't bother any other time. What the hell? You see that? You ran off the track. I open the greens and the golds. Oh, and here's something too. If you're going to do that, if you're going to open a gold, click on the gold, give it like 30 seconds, whatever it is, a minute, and you'll save yourself $1 if you're using crate timers. Because when you do it, it comes up as 11, but it's like 1 minute from going to 10. And it mightn't sound much, like it's only $1, but they add up. Yeah, I wish they gave you asset trading like every 8 hours or something. Yeah, I'll show you. Yeah, you only save $1, but they add up. P3. At least it's not P4, that sucks. Antonelli! All that for Antonelli. Now what? Adjar. What a waste of time. Come on. The cat's complaining. No, sometimes they're okay. Look, I think it's rare that you get an epic in P3. That's why I use the double coins as well, so that's not a complete waste. You know, there's always the... plus it all adds up in the weekly league. I have to wait till I get another gold crate. Oh, if you're wondering why that legendary's just sitting there, I leave it right till the end of the crate timer. Okay. Oh, P4, yeah, good luck with that one. Getting P4 sucks. It forces you to play immediately. Otherwise you get in what I call a coin loop. Yeah, getting P4, that's the worst. Oh, he's got a centre. You basically have to assume that all centres are level 2s. Oh, he's got centre and Prost. Centre and Prost, and he's gone mediums and hards. Wow, okay. No, not necessarily. If I open the legendary now, like if I click on the legendary now, it means that I've got to all the golds then will cost me $11 instead of 10. And there's not really, I'm not really going to get a usable benefit from it at the moment. Because I've got Senna and Verstappen, unless I was to get Schumacher or Prost, it really wouldn't benefit. And besides, they cost, even with a crate timer, they cost like $30 to open. So what I do is I leave it till the end of the before, I've set it just before the crate timer runs out, so I still get the benefit of like half price. But then I can like go and sleep and let it run down, so I'm not paying $30 to open it. And if in the meantime Hutch do something and bring out new stuff and that gets put in there, fine with me. Prost and Senna. Geez, how lucky would you have to be to get Prost and Senna? Oh, but hang on. It could be Prost and Senna as legendaries, couldn't it? I keep forgetting they exist. And that would make sense as to why he's so far back. Geez, if you had Prost and Senna podium legends, you'd never get beaten. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking too. I keep forgetting they exist. Now basically the legendary, I cue the legendary for when I'm asleep. And then usually you get the 2.5 hours for the ads as well, so a 24-hour crate you can open in like 9.5. Yeah, I'm going to have to have a look. I'd say it probably is just standard legendaries. $17.94 against $17.64. Okay, so it's 30 difference in the team score. Ah, shit. I didn't look. Idiot. Man, you get so used to doing it, you just, screwed it up. Oh, not to worry. Maybe I'll get him again. No, I might get 2. But yeah, I've never had 4. Like, I'll probably get another one before I open this one anyway, so. But just before the stream, I had another legendary. I just wish they popped up a bit more regularly, that's all. I've got to admit though, having 4 legendaries lined up would look good. I've opened a crate for every race I've done. So if I've done 7,000 races, I've opened 7,000 crates. Yeah, I wonder that sometimes. I wonder if you don't collect a crate, does it skip it? Does it skip whatever that crate would have been? Or does it just wait until the next time you've got a slot and that's when you get the crate? I've never, I have wondered that a lot, but I've never been that interested to find out. I'd say there's some people that would know that. You know, I think there's a couple of people that watch Azza that do the old crate counting thing. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen the sheet with the list. Andy sent it to me. You know, and if you're free to play, yeah, I'd probably use it too, but I'm in a lucky position, you know. Yep. Yeah, and race points. You know, how are free-to-play supposed to compete with race points? Race points have got to be one of the most unfair things in this game. You know, a couple of GPs back, I had the driver for the qualifying and the final round, and not the opening round, and I got 373 in the opening round, and came 77th. You know, 77th in the opening round, and all I dropped was 3 points. Like, whoever came up with the idea of race points, and every week, every single week, all it does is force players to go down, drop out of champs and go down to like junior and challenger, which then makes those so hard. You know, I've got P1s, I've got a P1 champion and I've got 2 P1 contenders. I go to challenger, I can't even get top 10. Like, that's how crazy it is. Like, that's mental. You know, I hear the stories of people that are in junior and challenger, and like the amount of perfect scores that are in those two, like, it's just crazy. You know, but it would be nice if they dropped the race points for a while, because they are super unfair. Let's use Movember. Doesn't get used for anything else. Ooh, Downforce. This might be a good one. I'm probably going to make it dead again. Now, what? How did I end up in front? How did I end up in front of them? Go! Yeah. There we go. Oh, okay. This guy's got no corners. So you got Hamilton and Russell. Who we got? Crocco. Crocco. Why don't we come up with these names? Yeah, this full boost and he can't catch me. Like, these podium stars, they're just over the top. They're just so overpowered. There's nothing funnier than watching people, you know, the DRS full boost and you're just cruising around and they can't catch you. It's so funny to watch. Now watch this. Why didn't you use DRS? Okay. I know what he's going to do. So what I'm going to do is let him go in front. And then I'm going to cruise around behind him. You weren't supposed to do that. Bit of traffic makes all the difference. It's interesting. Why isn't he using DRS? You're screwing up, Billy boy. You got too clever. I don't predict what Hutch will do next year. Yeah, matchmaking is totally feeling different compared to mine. You probably don't know. Oh yeah, I rarely ever get people that are higher than me. I think it's got something to do with the server that I'm on. Of course, I'm in Australia. A lot of times we race against the Indonesians and the Chinese. I think they'll change the GP rating. You'd never know. Okay. After this race, I'll show you what I mean with the gold crates. Yeah, sometimes it's good just to, like, if you're sitting behind someone, just stick it on conserve, build your power unit, and then wait. Because as soon as you get in front, they're going to hit DRS and they're going to end up 2 or 3 seconds in front of you. I didn't expect Senna to come roaring through though. That was a bit of a surprise. I miss the old days before we had track stats and Series 12 had every track in it. That was fun. They just get boring after a while. No, do that way. Defending and cornering. Oh, I didn't realise. I only just realised Cranberry had defending in it. Shows us how much notice I take of things. Whoops. He probably thinks I've quit. Yeah, I rarely get matches that are higher than me. And I'm not actually 100% sure why, but I can only put it down to the fact that I'm in Australia and everybody else is in Europe. Even in GPs. And then when I do come up against someone that's got a higher team score, they're either really bad at strategy or they've got the complete wrong setup. So, I don't know. I'm not complaining. And sometimes I can be like 180, between 150 and 180 higher, so... I can honestly say I have nothing to do with Hutch. Absolutely nothing. And I never will. I don't agree with the rules that Hutch puts in for their creators. It's garbage. I never ask people to like the videos. I don't mind if people don't comment. They don't have to share it. I don't accept donations or contributions or super chats or any of that. And I will never become a Hutch creator because I don't agree with their rules. No, you're probably right. It probably is hard to match. Yeah, I don't like the idea of being told what I can and can't say. Yeah, I can't deny I like winning. Like, who doesn't? I think most of the time though, like, I get bots. I think real players are pretty rare. They should create some good bots. Yeah, they have. It's called Norris. Except he only comes out in GPs. I'd love to see his stats. They must be so over the top. Okay, what are we going to get? P1, P1, come on, P1. And while I could be P4. Oh, P1, yay! Come on, give me Fury or Vortex or one of those. Doing! It cracks me up. All that for a doing. Really? Oh man. And bought a little. And do it. Oh, never fails. It's like when I scored a P1 in Champs. I got 388 epic Bortolettos. It was, I couldn't believe it. It cracked me right up. Yeah. But come on, look. He's Australian, I'm Australian. But honestly, he shouldn't have been there in the first place. I was amazed when they signed him. There's no way he should have been in Formula One. Okay, I'll show you what I mean about the gold crates. This one. Okay. Okay. Cue that one up. You see it says open now 11. Open this one. More junk. Right. Open now 10. And what did it take? 15 seconds. I'll be interested to see what happens to Piastri this year. Yeah, I thought when he was 70 points in front that he had it done, but nope. Just goes to show. You never know. It's definitely the one that got away. Oh, absolutely. If McLaren doesn't do the right thing, he's gone. And he won't have any trouble finding a seat. They'll be bending over backwards to get him. If McLaren don't do the right thing, I could see him replacing Hamilton at Ferrari. Or Max at Red Bull, easily. I'd be surprised if Max is still in F1 in 2 years' time. I know he wants to go GT racing. Yeah, if Piastri comes on the market, he's going to be the hottest thing. He's going to be the hottest prospect ever. But yeah, when he was 70 points in front, I thought, surely he's got it. And then to come third. To end up third. Like, what the hell? But, as I was saying in another stream, you know, Piastri made mistakes. Piastri made some big mistakes. And then he got some nasty steward calls too. You know, the 10-second penalty for braking behind the safety car. Like, really? You know, sliding off in Australia. Yeah. Crashing into Hulkenberg and taking out Norris as well. Mercedes could be interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I've been around F1 a long time and I've seen some dodgy shit go down. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if McLaren would. I don't know if McLaren would risk it, because at the end of the day, if they hadn't got the championship, or if Max had won, I could only imagine what would go down at McLaren. You know, and to come within like 2 points, it's way too close for comfort in my books. The fact that Max made up like 100-something points, lucky there wasn't one more race. Yeah, but then you can look at it the other way too. Bruce McLaren was a Kiwi. So, you know, they always say, oh, the team focuses on the Constructors' Championship and the Drivers' Championship works itself out. Yeah, I'm not sure I believe that either. Ooh, it's raining. Wow. It's raining in Canada too. It's absolutely pissing down here. Yeah. Come back from where he did and almost win. I would have loved to have been in the McLaren camp. Because for most, yeah, it's really pouring. Because for most of the year it would have been, you know, fairly relaxed. Oh yeah, we've got this, blah, blah, blah. But when it became obvious that Max was coming, I think there would have been a little bit of panic in the McLaren camp. I can't remember most of what happened to Max. I was more focused on the fact that Piastri was going backwards. Just goes to show, I suppose, a good driver in a bad car will always beat a bad driver in a good car. Oh, Aston Martin. Aston Martin mightn't even be in Australia. I saw something earlier that said that Aston Martin mightn't even be racing in Australia. Well, Honda had nothing to win. You know, they'd already been told that Red Bull were going to Ford. And this garbage they call it the Red Bull powertrain, like bullshit. It's a Ford engine. I don't know where they get the Red Bull powertrain crap from. Oh, they're all talented. What's the time in Australia? 4:23 in the morning. Yeah, but I'm used to it. I'm very used to it. Nah, cigarette. I got to give them up. Like, I seriously have to give them up. Which Canada was dry. Canada's a lot more fun in the dry. Where are we? Norris again. Come on, get in front. Where are we? Centre can do 5 wet, Canada. I can't believe you can race for 3 hours and not get one of the new ones. Yeah, all night is nothing for me. There's no strategy when it's wet. This will be the last sprint race. I'm gonna spend an hour and have something to eat. I'll finish this and then I'll come back it's 4:30 now. Come back at 5:30. Grab something to eat. Feed the cats. I'm surprised this has lasted this long. Normally it cracks up about 2.5 hours. Actually, at about 2.5 hours this thing usually stops. Oh, that's right, yeah. Ezra will be back, won't he? Might watch Ezra and come back after he's finished. I like a good meltdown. Oops, I just killed it. The hell? What an idiot. Yeah, I just had notifications saying it was coming up in 30 minutes. I can't believe he bought a Tesla. When do I normally sleep? When I fall asleep. I usually only sleep for like 2 or 3 hours at a time. Brazil. What do I do? Do I? Yeah. A Cybertruck, yeah, what an ugly piece of shit that is. I can't believe anybody buys one of them. I really can't. Oh, real player. Nah. Nah. I've only ever been in one Tesla, and seriously, it's the ugliest piece of crap I've ever seen in my life. That Ford Focus he showed the photo of the other night, that was pretty cool, huh? Not my thing though, I'm not into 4 cylinders. I like raw power. I drive an SS V8, 5-speed V8. I like power and lots of it. You jump in the pits, a little turd. Oh, okie dokie. If Azza doesn't end up streaming, I'll be back at like past the next hour. Oh, it was Croco again. I didn't even notice. Yeah. Yep. I have to agree. Even though petrol in Australia is super expensive. And it's probably only going to get more expensive. Ooh, nice gold. Couldn't have been legendary. It is pouring rain here. What do we got? P2 again. Come on, give me something. Lawson! It all adds up, I suppose. Come on, come on, come on. Give me something good. Antonelli! Oh, well. Seems about to go flat. Oh yeah, it's absolute dead silence. Except for the rain. And I'm actually using them. I'm using a tablet. And I'm using the mic that's in the tablet. That's not bad. 1 minute and 50 seconds left. Let's go. Get rid of this. Yeah, if you had a Tesla in Australia, people would laugh at you. So, what do we end up with? 128. Okay. Faz is not streaming. I'll be back in 45 minutes. Anyway, thanks for the chat. Have you enjoyed watching? Must get boring now. At least there was a couple of good races. Yeah, it's 4:45. So if Azza's not racing, I'll be back at 5:30. So it's 45 minutes. All right. Thanks, Clone. Thanks, everybody else who's here. Zen Chi. Interesting. Anyway, I shall see you later. Let me see, I've got to get rid of this. How do I turn it off? Oh, don't do that. Go this way. Anyway, thanks, guys. I might see you in 45 minutes.